Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We have a scene from the living world of darkness, changing the menu. In this scene, we have Zander meeting with Castiel. Um, the two have not seen each other in quite some time, with him being removed from his position um, in Starfall City and the whole utter chaos that has ensued since then. The two are finally getting a chance to meet up at a off the beaten trail in a place up in northern Manhattan, a little bistro. And we will start the scene with them at the cafe table.
Oh, you will notice that Castiel shows up on time. You would also notice that his eyes aren't that pretty piercing green that it usually is. His eyes have they're now a soft hazel color that kind of shifts between blue and brown, blue and that soft dreamy brown color. And he's on time and he's dressed pretty casual.
Uh, Zender's, he's just staring. So yeah, he stands up and gestures to the seat.
He'll smile at you and make his way over and take a seat. What's up?
Oh, nothing much, just figure I'd take the day and reflect on my life and figure I'd call up a bunch of old friends and see how things. What the hell? What's up?
Have a seat. I'll explain.
He sits down. What's up? For real.
He looks at you with his eyes looking very pensive. You may not want to be talking to me right now. I've done some things that have apparently, he chuckles, has upset a great deal of individuals. And you being associated with me or anything that I'm doing could put you in a lot of trouble, and your dreams, such as they are, would be tarnished. So this is your time. Nothing taken personally. You can walk up and leave right now.
You know, it is only because I like you that I have not punched you in the face.
I'm very serious, Xander. They'll take you away. They'll torture you. Seriously, I care too much. I love you too much to see that happen.
So I'm supposed to not know the truth of what happened because you are afraid that they're going to drag me away.
What would you rather me do? If I tell you, you're directly involved.
If you tell me it's nothing that others don't already know, I just want to hear it from your mouth.
That's the thing. Not a lot of people, some individuals in my county know, but it's not common knowledge. Not yet.
Then who are you going to tell that we had this conversation?
He looks at you with, oh, It's a pained expression. Look, they'll hurt you. They will take you away from everything. You'll never see Tacoma again, let alone me or any of your friends. It would be
So
as if you never existed.
I understand your concern, but I'm a friend. So what happened?
A few nights ago, there was a disturbance. They took one of my barons away, and I didn't receive word nor letter where they took him, only the suspicion that he had done something wrong. I wasn't getting any answers. So, myself went to Taranar to see where my baron was, what was happening. His voice gets lower. As far as I'm concerned, they broke the issue to me when they didn't let me know that they would be taking individuals outside of my county. So I acted. Probably looking back, I don't think I would change the decision that I made. However, myself and another baron in Vlad's county went on an infiltration mission to retrieve him. Things got all of the people that they said that they're going to return, they're not going to return them because they're being executed.
But isn't it against the Ishi to kill another? How do they get away with this?
It's no longer about right or wrong. He looks at you. People, individuals are being tortured, hurt, harmed in places that, well, Baron said, my Baron, he was tortured, beaten, whipped, and left a shell of himself in the corner of a cage, lying scared and alone. So I attempted to release him. However, it would seem that the enemies of the state go rather far. And he was actually guilty. So I killed him. The inquisitor that handed me the gun said I had to make a choice whether or not I was going to be true to the kingdom or true to the shadow court. And in my heart of hearts, I couldn't condemn both. I couldn't condemn one without the other. And that's where we are here. Everything's been taken from me. The only person or individuals that decided to stay were my senator, and that's about it. Everyone else, they were thankful that their families were returned to them. Thankful that they now know the truth. I thought it would be the best idea for me to leave Starfall City because, make no mistake, they're coming after me. And that's needless bloodshed in the streets, and I didn't want that to happen. I would have told you. I assumed that he would just be detained in some sealy cage. A gilded cage, but a sealy one nonetheless. Questioned and probably returned. I thought it was going to be Gwydian's
Why?
talking. I get a
Why
slap on the wrist for doing what I did, and that'd be that. I didn't know.
come to me first?
I made a promise to you. He looks at you. You said when you stepped into my office that day that you wanted to, you had all of these aspirations.
And I still have these aspirations.
And now you can still follow them. If I took you with me, you'd be just as guilty as I am right now. You have a choice, and I'm allowing you to make a choice.
Into becoming magistrate.
And you can still do that.
No. Eventually, they would ask me to hunt you down. You know this.
Hunt them down, probably torture and murder them.
Do you
For
think
the
I could
sake of the
become?
kingdom.
And do you think that is something I could do?
No, but again, that's not my choice to make.
You know, wheels have been set into motion long ago,
Hmm.
and our fates have already been predetermined.
I don't believe that
If
fate.
eventually,
That finally reworked in Warwick. Oh my God.
Hold on.
what the hell? Alrighty then. And we'll do the pause thing.
Sorry, everybody. I was talking to Shannon. He came back. Low.
He kicked through the door, didn't he?
Yeah, kind of. He usually does that. I was on Discord and I did a silly. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's happening. This is what it is.
Listen,
Mhm.
I know at some point we're all going to be drugged into this fight.
Yeah. Some sooner than others.
And just know that regardless of what happens,
Hmm. Do you know what that means when you say that?
it means not abandoning my friend.
It's not what I asked
Stupid.
you. He looks at you, and now, fuck it, he's crying at this point. They'll hurt you. I understand that you care for me and that you love me. I know that you've loved me for quite some time.
Come, walk with me.
He'll get up and walk with you.
Just head in a random direction.
Mm.
Listen,
Walking with me is treason. I hope you know that.
well, yeah. Listen, regardless of what it is you've done, I'm your friend, above all else. And I made you a promise.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to break that promise. But there are things that I feel that I must do now.
What are you going to do?
The Dante. That's where my attention lies now. I've been working with Mole, and we believe that we have an opportunity to strike. But it seems all this craziness is taking everyone's attention away once again. I can't help but believe that these things are related in some way. When all the infighting is finished, we still have to have a kingdom. And if we're all fighting against one another, it just makes us easy prey. Some of us must stay the course, even if that means protecting the kingdom from itself. I thought that by becoming a magistrate, that would help. And I see now that we have little time to deal with this problem. So keep yourself alive.
It's already done. They've taken Selkie ambassadors. It's war at this point. How many people have gone missing? It's what? These are active problems.
And we have reason to believe that the Dantean are turning our people into Dante inside the sanitarium.
Probably.
And if they
Margot
are
told me.
yes,
But at the same time, it's a very real problem. We have treaties with these people, laws that have all intents and purposes have been broken. This conversation, though tragic, should have happened about us going and handling the Dante. It should have happened a while ago. I'm not exactly sure. What I mean when I say a while ago is that it's a bit too late.
It's
What
never
are
too late.
Xander? What are you going to tell a 7-year-old that her brother was murdered on an assumption because she's 7? They took her family from her. She's going to live with that for the rest of her life. And yes, the kingdom is responsible.
And I understand that.
How many?
The rest of her life may not be long if the Danteans strike while we're in the middle of this infighting. And it's a civil war.
Sure.
I guess I'm saying that you and Estrella can handle telling the little girl, and I'll go handle making sure there is tomorrow for you to tell her.
There won't be anything. Look, how far this has gone and how many people have been marred by this, politically speaking. If Mohsen, the Adhin, finds out that the kingdom has been taking and torturing Adhin, no, that's another war.
Yes,
Selkies, that's
and
another war. That's active. Actively, that is a war. That is a declaration of war on 3 fronts. Now that I think about it,
yes.
well, at least now we know. So I guess that's one thing. If it comes down to it, Castiel will remove his contacts and you will see a white. It almost looks like he has cataracts.
Hmm?
It looks like he has cataracts.
No, that's the matter with your eyes.
He looks down and then looks back up at you. I can't see without my contacts.
And what is this?
He looks at you and I am forsworn for doing what I did. I am unseelie. For a year and a day. Think carefully about what I told you. There, a lot of people know that I have feelings for you. We weren't exactly discreet about it. So understand that this may come to you. You might have to choose the kingdom over me. And no, if you chose the kingdom, I wouldn't hold it against you. Kind of puts his contacts back in his eyes. I need to see. I'm not too used to it yet. I'll probably go to you first.
You do know how to. You do know how to fuck up royally, don't you?
I don't see it as a fuck up.
You know what I mean?
Well, go big or go home, huh? Like I said, I took my oath to protect my people, and I am directly responsible for them, for ill or for not. If that means that I go blind because my people are more important than the kingdom, then so be it.
Listen, I had a conversation with Kagoma,
Mm-hmm.
and he made me understand something I had long forgotten. It was in reference to Straya, but the principle still applies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have since day one never been a person on oaths, uh, and it has nothing to do with my house being oath breakers. And I mean, an oath is just words that anybody can spew because it suits their needs. And I know Gagoma has drilled me in my head about how it's so much more than that when it comes to the game.
Mm.
But at the time, I knew little of that. I only know of my own life experiences. And if there's one thing that my father has ever taught me, is always be a man of your word. Um, so I believe I told you that I consider you a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And if you needed me, I would be there. It was just a formality of things that needed to happen. I gave you my promise. I gave you my word. And to ask me to go back on that, well, I
I,
can't.
I can't make
So,
you. But what I can do is be completely honest, and I am.
so I'm going to go handle this Dante problem because it has to be handled. No one else seems to want or can seem to be focused enough to take care of it. Everyone is being made to draw sides in this. So it has to be done before I'm made to draw sides.
Does this stop me from helping you?
No, but I figure at this point you have your own fight to bear.
True. But I can also look like something else. He looks at you and smiles. If I need to. Friends are
Uh,
friends.
exactly. And I would say you may want to keep this. We will keep this away from Oakland for now. Yeah, I don't think we share common views upon this situation.
I know he feels ways about me. Such is life.
Yes. So,
So let's go then.
Yeah. Nice.
I feel like you're about to roll dice on me.
Yes. As we will take a left turn at Albuquerque.
That doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
What are you rolling for?
I am rolling to see if he's man or not. Yeah. Okay. He he looks at you and he like tilts his head to the side and you know there's something that I really wanted to discuss with you.
Talk.
And he like scratches his head. You can tell he's struggling really bad with it. He's struggling really bad with it. It's like before all this happened, I was considering selling the gym. Well, at least controlling interest. I have a lot of things that I do, but now with all this craziness that has happened, I am not sure that I can. Roll a perception empathy roll. I'm gonna make you earn this one.
Yeah, it looks like 1 success.
Well, besides the obvious, you can tell he's like really beating around the bush.
It's not in Castiel's nature to force him to do something, so he just kind of gives him that doe-eyed look and listens patiently.
You know, I have to admit that I've been doing a lot of impulsive things lately, and I just, damn it. I'm no good at this. Just don't get yourself killed. You know, when I think of all the things that I have willing to get rid of in my life, I never thought the gym would be one of them. But I never thought that getting rid of our friendship was one either. You know, when you told me about potentially becoming a baron, I thought that you know, I thought we would go our separate ways, and that would be that. Why must things be this complicated, huh? Just stop putting yourself in positions where you're going to get yourself killed all the time, huh?
Castiel gives you
That's why I took the job in the first place.
Castiel will give you a very warm smile. I love you too.
Wait, what?
That's what he says. I love you too.
Yeah, and he goes, wait, what? And we will end the scene there.